The String Project is a grant-funded program to train future string music teachers throughout the United States. There's a shortage of string teachers, and at the same time it provides very economical, low-cost violin, cello, viola lessons to kids who would normally not be able to afford those kinds of lessons. They get to learn about child development, about how children progress, you know, physically and emotionally, and then also how they learn music. I think that's probably the most satisfying thing is for them to see how young children learn music. Because they come in wanting to teach kids like maybe they were taught or maybe like they experience here at Tech. But young children learn music just kind of by absorbing it. And, you know, you don't talk about it, you play it and they play it back and you just get into it. Then the other thing's nice is they develop confidence in themselves because all of a sudden they're conducting on a concert or they're teaching a whole class.
When it's hard is when you have to figure out new ways to help them understand it. Because sometimes the way that you explain it to yourself, it makes sense for you, but it doesn't make sense for them. And you have to find all kinds of new ways to present the information. And that's a challenge sometimes.
Well, we teach them all about music, but we begin with posture on how to hold the instrument, and how to produce the tone, and different kinds of playing from pizzicato to using the bow. They learn to read music as they're doing it, and they learn all about the music as we play it too.
I am a first-year student and I play the violin. I think violin is really fun.
I really enjoy playing in this orchestra. You get your instrument tuned, then you practice for a little bit, then you start playing.
Well, it's fun because you have friends there, and then you get to play with play the violin and other instruments with your friends.
The first day I came, I was real slouched over and not very well positioned. So Ariele, one of my student teachers, she came over and said, "Owen, what are you doing?" And then I was slouching, playing violin. And then she's like, "No, you gotta sit up, good posture, feet on the ground, flat, get your wrists down," and yeah, that's what I learned.
Well, that's another thing that's unique about ours is we don't insist that you want to become a music teacher. We have a lot of people who had strings in their school districts, and many of them really got a lot out of it, and if they want to participate and they have experience with young children, we actually let them come in and become a part of it also, and then it just looks great on their career development to see that they've been a teacher through their undergraduate studies, even though they're majoring in electrical engineering or something like that.
I love music. I've been playing the violin since 4th grade. My dad played the violin, and I guess I just like to pass on what I know. And also, since I'm not a music major, I still want music to be a part of my life, and I think this is the best way to actually contribute.
We go to all the schools, all the elementary schools. I mean, it's not limited to one particular class or person, but we advertise on the web, we advertise in the News Messenger or the Roanoke Times, and then we send the flyers to every elementary school in Montgomery County. And then we go out, depending upon when they invite us, and we'll go out and let all the kids, try the instruments and talk to them about it.
I guess someone told my parents about it, or I just wanted to play an instrument, but I didn't really have a violin or anything, so that's how it started.
When I was coming home from school one day, I saw in my mailbox from 4th grade, I'm actually 3rd grade, I saw the Virginia Tech String Project. First years were starting, and I thought I was interested. And then I showed my mom, so she seemed interested, and we went there.
My role as a guest artist is to coach the students and also provide an experience for them to work alongside a concert artist. So my role is to provide a new voice, an additional voice, and be a role model and an example of, you can do the same thing when you get older if you practice.
The end result of this and the goal for this is to get it into the public schools, if you will, to create a demand, and so that the public schools will hire orchestra teachers. And we've already started that in Montgomery County already. The parents are going, Vernon, what are we going to do? Like, my kid's going to middle school next year. Can't she play in the orchestra? And there's no orchestra teacher there. So this sort of creates the demand for it. In fact, we've already had discussions with public school personnel about this.
And since the schools around here don't offer music, I felt that it's really important. It's a great outlet for kids. We know with budget cuts and everything, a lot of schools are cutting out the arts. It's the first thing to go, and I feel that's really important. Like, sports are important, that's great, physical activity, but there's that creative, emotional side that also needs to come out as well. And if we're able to give that to these kids and share what we're passionate about, I feel that's just as important.